Hi there guys, welcome back to my channel, man. Great guys, back on Sandveld conversion from FS19 to FS22. Warm welcome to you if this is your first time around, and yeah, just remember to subscribe. Just do it now before you forget. Really appreciate that. And yeah, just join us for the fun. I'm having a cup of coffee in the background, so sit back and relax with me. Today we are adding a train system to Sandveld. Yeah, it didn't have a train in FS19, so yeah, I've already laid the track just to save us some time. And laying track is pretty much boring, so I didn't think I'll make a video of that, because it's just putting one track on next to the other and aligning them. It's a time-consuming thing, and there is places where I still need to fill up. Like here where the elevation goes up straight into this higher piece, I need to fill up, and there is one or two other places that also needs a bit of tweaking, but we'll get there. And then I've put the tunnels up, and I'll leave them off the track for now, because we're going to do the splines and all that now. So obviously I don't want a tunnel in the way when I'm putting down some nodes. So yes, we're going to grab this thing and do it start from scratch, you know, and do it the whole thing, because this map never had a train system, and we're going to do it from the get-go and set it up. So the first things first is we need to import a train system. Now, to give you a tip, guys, have a look at your map. The best train system, I think, there is the one. I wonder if the Alpine, how many things is on the Alpine. I'm talking about crossings, to save you some work. So you count the crossings. I've got crossings, I think 4 of them that I need to, 2, 3, and then one up there. So there's 4 crossings that I need to. A crossing is where the road goes over the road of the vehicle. So where the train rail goes over the road. Sorry for that. Got something in my throat here there suddenly. Anyway, so I know the French one, I think, has got 5 or 6, and it's very simple to check. So let's just open the in-game maps. Sorry, FS22 data maps, and then we go. Sorry, that will be under data placeables, I think. Let's check the Alpine one first. There it is. So the train system XML will tell us immediately railroad crossings. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So Alpine has got 5. Now you can remove one. It's very simple. Just delete it. So this will definitely work fine for me. But I'm going to go for the French one, because the French train system to me is the most complete and making sense one. I've already done another video where I explain the US train system doesn't make sense, because the driving range is in reverse of what the train rotation is. So for some reason, I don't know why it's like that, but maybe they've done it like that to just let you know that you can set it in reverse. It doesn't matter, you know. But I'm just going to go for the FR, the French one, and I think this is the one that's got 6 of them. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. It's got 7 crossings, yes. So you can just delete the ones that you don't want, and then get rid of that. So we're going to use that one for sure. So all we do is copy this whole train system, grab it like that. Or actually, you don't have to copy it at all. You don't need it in your map. What you can do is just directly import it into your map, because you're going to export it anyway once you've done setting up the train. You're going to export it into your map, because we're doing a custom. The moment you change something from the in-game one, it becomes a custom one, and then you need it in your map. So we're going to import FS22 data placeables map FR, and then going into. I wonder if I should do the Alpine one. I've never used the Alpine one before. I've used the French one, and I've used the US one in my maps, but I've never done the Alpine. So let's go on live on the wild side, guys. So let's do the Alpine one. Go for that. Now the Selling Station train is not part of the train system. That's why it's got its own R3T. But we'll get to that later on when we set up the selling points and all of that, you know. What the selling station train is a node. That's all it is. It's just a node that you put before your train exit the map. And I believe you put it before the driving range ends at the exit of the map. So that is where you put the selling, but we'll handle that when we come to it. So import the train system, open it up, and then immediately, guys, don't make the mistake that other guys do. They leave the train system in the map, and then you got problems with your little crossings because they don't respond and they look like the one lever is staying below and the other one is lifting up and stuff like that. So grab this train system, Control X, and put it into your placeholders transform group. There it is, the placeholders, and the placeholders needs the script. I've said it 2 million times already. It needs the script. The placeholders on create script. If the transform does not have the script, it's just another transform. Then it doesn't mean anything. All right, so we're going to drop it in there, and then wait for it to pop up. There it is. Now we can work with it because now it will be fine to play with. All right, so the very first thing we want to do is get to the spline. Now the spline, I think, yeah, it's track 01. So that one there's a spline. All right, so I normally struggle a bit to get going with the spline, but what I do is I wonder if we should, I just want to do a test quick with the start. So to get your spline to the start point, you just hit your right arrow. So you select the track, hit the right arrow, and immediately your gizmo will jump to the start of this system. So I'm going to drop that right here, Control B and C. And don't worry about the directions, guys. Leave the directions alone. It's not something to be fussed about. All right, so just click it there. And now I want to see, I can't actually see, I'll have to just guess. If I go right arrow once more, I should get the next node. If I get the S now, so I Control B, it's in the middle of the spline, I'm on the next node. So if I go left node now, I should go back to start. That's correct. Okay, perfect. So I'm heading in the right direction, guys. So what I want to do here is always make sure I'm in the center of the track. So I'm going to go just here behind the thingamabob and Control B that one, because I can immediately see it's not in the center. So I do that, and I put it on top of this concrete bar, because that is roughly how you want your spline to run, in the center of your track on the concrete support bar or whatever you call that thing. Reason for that is if you open your train system.xml, which we'll copy later on, you will see that you have a thing called, just want to have a look here, spline offset. You see? So that offset lifts your train up that little bit from the node, and then it drops it, or it actually just lifts your train up from the node so that the wheels run on top of the track. So if you see your train's wheels is a bit inside the track, just make that offset a little bit bigger or smaller and accordingly, and just test it in that way. All right. Okay, so we are now on that node. So I'm going to go right arrow once more, Control B. And that one I know for a fact didn't go well, so I'm just going to redo it. And this is a time-consuming thing, guys. And one thing, when you have a straight track like this, it's a long straight track, you don't have to have plenty of nodes, so you can go a bit of a distance before you drop another node. So right arrow, Control B, and drop it in the middle, just like that. So I'm going like that, a right arrow, Control B, drop it in the middle. Right arrow, Control B. And if you're not happy with the node, if you come close, like this one looks all right, You can just redo it, Control B, while you're there. Don't click any other things, don't go anywhere else, just leave it like that. So now right arrow, Control B, drop it in the center. Now I can see that one didn't work nicely, so I'm just going to redo it. Roughly, just roughly. Right arrow, Control B. Right, so I'm going to go through the whole track, and then once I get to the other end of the map, I will see you guys again. Just another tip, on your corners where you go around bends, do put more nodes, like every maybe fourth or fifth of these things you put a node, because otherwise your trainer's going to go off track and it's going to look funny when it goes around the bend, you know. So don't skip like I've done here. I've done quite a bit of skips, you know, but when you go around the corner, just do more nodes, like plenty more nodes, and then on the straight you can stretch them out a little bit. Good, so I'll see you in a bit. Just another quick tip there, guys. Say you now, like here I am now, and I'm moving forward, and I forgot, did I now right arrow or did I not? Just all you do is just zoom out a little bit, have a look, go with your left arrow and scroll through your nodes. If your node gizmo jumps out of your track, like for instance it doesn't stay on the track, then you know you've missed a node. And all you do then is on that node, just hit delete, and it will jump to the next node, and then it should jump back to your track. And then that is very simple and easy. You can always also hit the insert key on your keyboard, and it will add a node for you, and then just Control B on that node. So on the same spline, it will just add a node in between this node and the next node. For instance, if I'm now going left arrow, so I'm at the previous node on the track, and this is the last one that I've added. So if I go to the previous node, just to give an example, if I hit the insert key, it's going to make a node between that one and the previous one, that you see that. So that node, I can now just Control B it, just to make sure it is on the track, because yeah, you don't know if this the elevation may be lifted off the thing a bit, and then I can just go left and right arrow again. So do not fret when you missed one or whatever. You see my next one is there, so I'm going to Control B it up to the rail here. So I'm reusing the existing spline, and when I get to the end, I will show you if there's nodes left or if there's still nodes to be. I will show you what to do there. But for the meantime, you can delete nodes as many as you want. I can hit delete here. Check now. You see, it will delete the nodes, and it just pops to the next one that's not been used. So that's very handy to have. Or you can insert now. If I press insert, it will insert a node between that one and this last one. So if I hit insert, it will put it there. So it doesn't really matter. I'm going to Control B it anyway up to here. So that is my last node, and this is the new one, and that's the spline again. So I'm just going to go grab that one now, and then, yeah, just continue. Well, guys, all right. There we are now, all done. I've done the whole spline all around, and what I've done here at the end, I've just simply went through the map, because remember the train is going to disappear anyway, so this part of the spline outside of the map is not 100% that important, but it is good that it is in a long, just one flow of spline, I would say. From that side, just go around. You can go under the map, it doesn't matter, because the train is not going to be visible. But I've just took it, because I'm out of the map there, I just went around and come back in this way. You know, so that is good. Talk about a few problems that I had. Maybe it will help you. I was about there, somewhere there with the spline. Now it was on this bend here. And suddenly my game kept crashing. Not the game, the editor. Every time I open that spline and I try to place a node, bloop, the game crashes. And it kept on doing that. And I tried this and I tried that. I just couldn't get it right. I even reinstalled my editor, cleared all the caches from the app data folder, did a fresh install, retry, same problem. I ended up, I realized something happened while I was working in the spline, and it was the Windows updates. The Windows updates were running, so I had to restart my system, let the updates finish, and then when I came back in, same problem. Things still crashes, and I thought, no man, this cannot be. What is the problem? And all I've done, I started over, guys, because I start here, and I was about at that bend, so it was like maybe I wasn't even a quarter of the way of the whole spline, you know, that I was busy with. Then what I've done is I chucked the Alpine spline, I imported the French train system, and I restarted with that, and that went all the way without any problems. Now, I don't know if there's something different in the Alpine spline, because I've never used the Alpine spline before. It's the first time. On which map did I have a problem? On my Mvani map, I also had a bit of issues with my splines crashing the editor. But if you do find your spline crashing the editor, first delete the spline, create a new spline. It's by simply going create, and then I think it is not primitive, spline. It's create and then spline. And then start with a start, and then insert until you get to the end here, and then just join the two together. And the other thing is, which I couldn't get this start and the end to join together like it normally does. They are nicely on, but they normally snap together, you know. So for some reason mine didn't want to do that. I've put it close to one another. When I went back again, they were like sort of snapped. So I don't know if something happened in between. but anyway, they're supposed to snap together, you know. That is how you know the splines are joined, the start and the end. Although on the train spline, I'm not too sure if that is an issue. I know on the pedestrian splines as well as the vehicle spline, the start and the end needs to be together. They should click together, but I'm not too sure if the train spline does that. I honestly can't remember if it does that. Anyway, so now that we've done that, I can put my tunnel. Oh, mind you, I don't want to put my tunnel yet because we are going to do the sailing station train as well as the driving range now. So that's a few things that we need to change. So, train spline, where it is. There's the spline system. Oh, and what I've done also is I've made my spline visible just to sort of add nodes where I saw it was a bit low, you know. So what happens is the green line is nice because then I can see where it was a bit low, you know. So some places it was low, I just added more nodes simply by clicking there, hitting the insert, and it will create a new node for you, and then Control B, and you can just drop the new node in the center, and there you go, you know, that type of thing. So it's very simple to add nodes and see where you're short. So I ended up jippoing a tiny bit. I can quickly tell you what I did is I took the spline, I deleted a lot of the nodes from the what do you call it, the French map spline, and I ended up just putting one before the bend, one at the end of the bend, and then one before, one at the end, one before, one at the end, and that way I went all around the whole thing, and then I just came back and click and inserted all the rest just to make it nice around the bench, you know, just to have a quick way of getting the spline done instead of going insert, you know. So yeah, at the end of the day, it all worked out good. So that's what I've done just to get it going. Okay, so now guys, my train is starting here, and then it runs through the map and out that way, and it ends here. So the rotation of my map or the train is anti-clockwise. All right, so that's something to keep in mind. Another big tip, guys, never move the train system. It must always be 0. So never move the train system itself. Just move the stuff in between. Even the splines must always be the spline node. Why is that train spline not 0? That is strange. I thought that should be 0. I can actually verify that quickly. I'm sure it's supposed to be 0, but it is possible that it's not. Let us just check one of the in-game maps quickly. If we go open data maps, let's go map US just for interest sake. I know the map US train system is totally the wrong way around. The driving range and stuff is in reverse. The start and the end is the other direction of the train rotation, you know, if you catch what I mean. What the driving range does, guys, it is the place, the range that your train is visible on the map. So it will enter the map and it will start being visible where it enters, and it will disappear when it reaches the end of the driving range. That's why there's a start and an end node. So you put your start node where the train enters the map, and you put your end node where the train exits the map. That's how, in my mind, it makes sense. But on the US map, it is just the opposite. It works in reverse. So yeah, it's crazy how they've done it. Anyway, what I wanted to do here quick, my game is a bit laggy now because I've got 2 open. All right. We wanted to check. What did we want to see now? We wanted to see. Now I forgot what I wanted to actually check. We were talking about the driving range and talking about the start and the end of the driving range. I can't remember now what I wanted to say. We wanted to check if the spline is 0. That's what we wanted to see. So file import. Unfortunately, the train systems are not in the maps, so you have to import them out of the map directory. Placeables map US train system. So you just import it into the map temporarily, and then you can see there it should be 0, and then the spline. Okay, the splines doesn't matter. Okay, so I was just concerned about that because I know sometimes when the thing is not at 0, the stuff doesn't work. But the train system I know must be 0 because you're going to place it via your placeables.xml. Let me just quickly have a look at the rest. Driving range is 0. The callers obviously won't be 0. Okay, so driving range must also be 0. And then your nodes go into place. Okay, so that just makes sense. That's why I normally, I'm not sure how it should be, I normally just run to one of the maps of the in-game stuff because that should be properly set up and working good. Great. All right, so now our driving range. So we've got a driving range that starts here. And tip, guys, the driving range, when you click on your spline, there's little blue dots where the nodes are, the blue dots. There are red ones too. Each blue dot has got a red one too. I'm not sure why there is a red one. I can't tell you what the red ones do, but I know the blue dots are the nodes that you placed on the spline. So the start node, just so make a note of your first node where it enters the map. So I'm going to use that one. I'm going to go control, let me insert one a little bit more backwards. So somewhere there, so that I can have my train appear like as it enters the map. It will be in the tunnel though. That's what I like, you know. So I can hide it in the tunnel and it will enter the map when it comes into the tunnel or through the tunnel. All right, so click on your start node and then have a look at where that little blue dot is. There it is, or the purple dot, and go Control and B on the start node. So Control B, and then this thing should click onto that little blue node. So that if I go Control B again, there did you see it went from my mouse and then jumped up there. So let me do that again. Control and B. I'm going to keep it here, my mouse, and then I'm going to leave it now, and it should jump to that purple thing. There it is. So that's what you want to see, that click. If you don't see the click, it will not work. Your train system will not work. So what you do is just change your view like I've done now. I scroll out a little bit, scroll to the other side, come from this side in and do the same thing over until you find it clicking. Control B. I'm bringing it closer, and then I'm going to leave it. That one did not click. Did you see that? So all I'm going to do now is scroll that way, scroll back, go up, because I knew it was clicking from this side. So Control B. There you go. So it needs to jump to that little node. If you see that click action, that jump, then you know it's accepted it. Now we're going to go right to the other side of the map where our train exits. Right, guys, the same drill here with the end node. So where the train exits the map, I'm going to find one of my nodes. I'm going to click on the end node, Control B, and then just come here close. And there you saw it snapped onto that little node. So there you go. So our driving range is now set for sure. Just want to get out here. So our train comes in there. That's our start node. There it is. And then our end node is here. All right. Now that we have that set up, I want to show you the train. What do you call it? The selling station train. It is a selling station so that before the train exits the map, when the train reaches that node, the selling station train, you will get that little pop-up warning saying it's going to go to the next station. Do you want to sell what's on the train or not? You know, so that is what the selling station train does. So I'm just going to save my map here, and then we need to import that. I ended up using the French train system because of, I don't know what, I thought it was the Alpine one, but I'm not too sure what was causing that now, because I had the same crash just now with this one too. Luckily my whole spline is already built, you know, so it's not too much of a crisis. All right, so I'm going to finish that first, and when I'm done with the train system, I'll put it into the placeholders transform, because at the moment it's not in there. Great, so selling station train. So let's import that. I've got the French train system, so I'm going to import the French one. So go placeables, map FR, selling station train. There it is. So this that I3D, you don't need it in your map, but you do need it as part of the thing. So now with the selling station train, it is exactly the same thing. So when you get close to the place where your train is going to exit, choose a blue node a little bit before the time. So I'm going to use this blue node here, that one there. Let me get this side from it, like so. Oh, and what I've done also is I've just made my track invisible, because I noted that as soon as I want to click on this little blue node, then it selects the track and then my game crashes. So I made it invisible, my tracks, just by clicking on the invisible. Just want to show you, I think it's in here. There it is, trees is invisible, track set, there it is. So I just made it invisible for now until I can finish all my node setups, you know, because, and the thing is, this track set that I've got on here, it's a beautiful track set. It comes from FS19, it's an FS19 track set that could also be part of the problem, you know, because every time I click on a node or I want to move a node or place a node, then it crashes. So it might be that it could have been the tracks, you know. But now that my nodes are all in place, I can just happily hide the track set and carry on. I can just get to the nodes this way. Great. So train system, the selling station train, Control and B. And the same drill, you want to click close to the node, and it must do that jump. If it does the jump, you know it has accepted the spline. It clicks onto the spline. Remember that this and the driving range is part of the spline, and it works with the spline. If it's not connected to the spline, your train system will not function. Great, good. So now that we've got that in place, we also need to obviously do the placeables. Selling station train. Where's my placeables? Sandveld. Did I put it in here? Why don't I see my placeables now? Placeables. There it is, right in front of my eyes. Okay, so selling station train. the train system is the first line, and then also we need the sailing station train, but we're going to use now the placeables from the French map. So that is our Frenchy map. That's Harib. No, we don't need that one. Alpine map. Alpine. Save game. Okay, so that's a save game. We don't need that one. Save game. Let's just close that up. So there's the French map. Okay. So let us find the train system. Control F. So just search for train. There's the sailing station train. We can copy that. Control C. Drop it into our placeables. I'm going to go right to the top because I like to have my train loaded very first thing when the map opens. Control and V. And mind you, I just need a few spaces in there. So back to the French map. Train, find next. Train, wood. We'll get to the sailing station woods later on. Train, find next. Train system. There's the train system. Good. Control C. Copy that. And then into our map. Right. The very first thing. Good. So there it is. Okay. Now we need to fix the XML path. We need to copy this XML, the train system first of all. We'll get to the sailing station train just now. Let's just finish setting up the train system. So in our map, the FR, placeables FR, so we go in here, map, data, placeables, map FR. We're going to have our train system, and in here is the XML we want. So we copy that into our maps XML, Control and V. We need the train system as well as sailing station train from here. There it is. And then copy, Control C. The sailing station train we actually don't need in our map. There's no need for that. It's like I say, it's just a node that you've placed. There's no functionality to it. Although I just want to make sure you can set what you can sell there. So it might be a good idea to put it in your map, by the way, anyway. So let's do that. Control C, drop that in here too. So you can customize it. So let's leave it in our map then, or get it into our map. So both these needs to go to our mapdir XML folder. Control C, just copy that from there. And then override this whole section there. Control V. So it will be mapped there, sailing station, and the same with the train system. Control V. There it is. Train system XML. Now, because we've modified the train system, I'm going to show you what we do. We need to create an R3D, because remember, this is the one we imported from the French map. So we need to export this now into our map. I've already done that, but I just want to take you through the process. So file, export with files. And then we're going to go into our map folder, which is Sandveld, placeables, train. I deleted it, so I remember now when I was struggling with that crashing thing, I deleted the whole train system and started fresh. So I'm just going to call it train. Let's call it system. Train system, like that, like this, the map or the system is called. So save, and then at this question, you go just yes to both of them, and that's the end of the story. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Good. But remember now, we're not finished editing this. All right, so we'll get back to that later on. But now we want to just grab this directory, which is placeables, train. There it is. So this directory, placeables train, from my map folder, everything behind that last slash. So we copy that, Control C, into our XML, our placeables XML. And now just make a note to train system XML. We need to get there. Sorry, not in the placeables. It's in our XML folder. Train system is in here. There it is. So you open that, and we want to repath the i3D to train system. Okay, so Control and V overwrite that directory, and also make the backslashes forward slashes. So it's placeables, because remember, this is the train system XML. It sets up your train. We're going to get to the settings of that a bit later. But what's important is we've saved that i3D, this custom i3D now, or this train system that we've now customized to our liking with our start and end nodes and whatever. We now take that, export it, so it becomes our i3D now. And that is the one that we want to call with the XML from the train system. Alright, so that's why we've opened the XML, the train system.xml, which is now in our map, which we copied in there, and we modify the directory towards the new i3D. We want to load our custom one. Alright, so Sandveld, placeables, train, and then train system.i3D. So we copy the name here that you've saved it. Doesn't matter, mine is already correct, but I'm just overwriting it just to be sure, or to be safe. And then now our XML is going to call this train system i3D. So we're going to modify this thing to our liking. Alright, so that is our first step, is to get the XML calling the correct i3D. So I'm going to leave this open because we're going to probably do some more stuff in here later on. So that is now set up. Now we also need to verify that we have a store item or a store data for this train system. Now in order to do that, we need to obviously consult our store items XML that is in our map. There should be one. You see store items.xml, and in here just want to see everything is disabled. You see here, so we need to grab, I wonder if we can just do them fresh in our mod desk. They don't have to be in here. So I'm just going to close this. We're going to just work straight out of our mod desk because we've got to store items here. So what we want to do is open the store items from from the French map, because we are working with the French train. So back into our Frenchy map, and this time around we're going to go to the maps folder, map French, and then find the store items. There it is. Now we're going to copy a few things for the train system here. There it is. The train system, the loco, the wagons, all of that we're going to copy. So I also need the sailing station train. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to copy everything from there up to sailing station wood train. I wonder if I'll grab the wood one for now as well, because later on I want to do a wood sell point where my where the train goes close by the forest. I want to do a sell point there for the wood as well, so you can load logs onto the train. So Control C, I'm going to copy that into our mod desk. So at the end here, press home, Control V, there it is. Alright, now the same drill with this. We want to get our train system XML from our map directory. So it's XML, Control C, and overwrite all of this up to there. Control V, don't have two slashes. The loco, the wagons, everything stays in game. Sailing station train is also in our XML, so we're going to overwrite everything up to there. Control V, there it is. And then this will get to later on. So that too is now done. The train system and sailing station train is now set up, so we can have both of these calling from our map directory. Good. Okay, so let us work through our train system then. There's a few things that we need to carry on or fix up, because we've done now the driving range, which is also somewhere here in there. It is the driving range. It's also in the train system XML. But the first thing, let's go from the top. So we've got hotspots. Now the three hotspots here is the train callers. They actually happens to be three places in the map. It's called the hotspot first, and then it's called a trigger, or it has a trigger marker. There's the 3 markers. It's that little icon that you get there where the caller is, and then there's another place where they appear. It's the railroad callers. So there's 3 nodes that make these things work. So this is the trigger for it, and then we've got the icon for it. Where's the icons now? There's the markers, the icons, and then we've got the actual hotspot for it. So there's 3 nodes connected to that one little spot on the map where you can call the train. It's crazy. Good. All right, so back into the map. Now we want to go and find the railroad callers. There we go. So railroad caller 1, I'm going to place at my actual spot here in the thingamabob. So we're going to actually call the train somewhere here. I must still populate this area a little bit with obviously a cell point for the train. That will be here, and then obviously the railroad caller will be here. So for now, I wonder if we can do that now. Wonder if we can do that now. I need a building, guys, because there needs to be something here for the train to stand on, or for the train to stop at, and then obviously load. Alright, so let's get that cracking first. Now what happens is in all of my start maps I have placeables already set up for you so that you don't have to go into the in-game maps and export and then import into your map. You can just go into my placeable. So this map's placeables, unfortunately I've already deleted them. Let me just have a look here quick. Sandveld placeables, yes, I've already chucked them all out, you know, so I'm gonna have to import from one of my other maps. So you can download it and do the same process if you use mine. Otherwise you can go into the in-game maps and export something there into and import into your map, you know, that type of thing. So what I'm going to do is import from my D drive where my backups is, and then FS22, and let us use one of my start maps. I'll use this 4x start map. I think it's the same one that we're currently using. And now we're going to find some grain silo railroad. Okay, grain silo railroad. So let's use this one. And it's just an i3D that you import. It is now in my map, and I don't have to have it. There's no reference for this grain silo now to my other map because it's just imported. It's just an i3D that now has become part of my map, you know. So very, very simple and easy. So all I do now is Control and B, it drop it down here to see what it looks like. Ah, this is a massive thing. It's got this side where you, I wonder if this is the one from the Alpine map. It looks like the one from the Alpine map. So here you can actually, where do you drop your stuff off? I need the one where you can offload as well. So this one is not going to work for me because I don't see a offload spot. It will probably be with the trigger, guys. Yeah, this is the place where it comes out, where you can load. So you load from the silo into your vehicle, and then on this side, I think by this, yes, there's the pipe coming out. So on that side, it actually offloads into the train. So you need to have this over your train. So that's the two things. But then we need to have a trigger for with a little selling place together with this. I can actually make a custom one. I kind of like this building. It's not too bad. What is it called? Straiglager. Straiglager. Okay. So there's the one that we can use. Grand Silo Railroad. I'm going to just minimize that. Just put it aside here. Let's import another one just to see what the other one is. There's two of them. what does this one look like? So this is straight out of my placeables from my maps. You know what? I almost think this is the one from the Alpine map. It might be from the US map, but the name, it doesn't sound US. Anyway, I've done two of them. Yeah, this is the Alpine one. Now that I recall, it's definitely Alpine one. There's the train loading thing, and on this side you've got the vehicle loading thing. All right, I think I'm gonna go with that one. That one looks nicer to me. So Grain Silo Railroad 01. So let's get that one in place. And remember, guys, this is just a it's not really a trigger or anything. It is just a let me just go there, Control V, drop it in there. It is just a prop. We're going to do the triggers later on. So this is just something to make your map look nice. That's basically all it is. I actually need to see my rails now, so I need to get to my rails. Where did I put the rails? The track set. Make it visible again. No, not group visibility. There it is. Okay, so nice. And the splines, we are done with the splines for now, so I'm going to make that invisible again. Good. All right, so I'm sort of tempted to just do a save, you know. I've got that feeling in myself. Oh, it's going to crash any moment, you know. So I'm annoyed now with this crashing. It's so annoying when you lose work and you've spent an half an hour and you forgot to save, or you spent an half an hour working and then suddenly the stupid thing crashes. You know, it drives me crazy. All right, so there's a nice spot to drive in and make a U-turn here. So I'm going to drop this silo somewhere on this side. Control B. Sort of do it like this, you know. That's going to work out nice with this gap here for the rail. And the edge, it's going to be beautiful. And then this, I don't know if this is now exactly over the rail, but I'm going to just come this way and sort of, I think this needs to be in the center of the rail, then maybe it will be fine. Yeah, where's the gizmo for this? There it is. I'm going to maybe call it there, but this thing is not aligned now with the rail yet. So we need to just get our circle. It is probably the first thing we need to do is align it with the rail. Is there more of a straight edge? There is a straight edge that we can use for alignment. So I'm going to align that edge with the actual rail here. Luckily I've got a nice straight rail here where the thing is. Maybe come up a little bit so we can just get a better idea. Oh yes, I think that is perfect. So I'm going to leave it like that. And now that we've got it aligned, I'm going to bring it back out like that. Nice. If I look at that pipe, I'm like sort of in the center of that. That pipe still, to me, looks like it needs to come over a little bit, like something like that. Maybe now it actually still looks like it's, and here I'm already on the rail. So, and if I'm standing this side, yeah, it still looks not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best like that. Maybe bring it out a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. and see what happens when we have the train coming in there, what it will look like. Alright, so I'm going to leave it like that, guys. It looks like this thing is a little bit too deep, so I'm going to lift it up a little bit. Just a Y. Oh my word, that's not it. 9.3. The Y is here, man. Ooh, 108, 107, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9, 0.8. I think 0.8. If I look at this, no, it's still a bit too high. So it's 0.75. Yeah, that looks really nice. Looks like that thing is flat on the ground. You can actually make it 7.4. There we go. Okay, so that looks good. Very nice, very nice. Everything is on the ground the way it should be. Here's a little thingamabob in the middle of nowhere, so we'll just arrange those better. But I think that was a very easy population. Even these little grids look good. Yeah. And now you can just tweak the whole thing a little bit. So I'm going to drag select this thing to see fire hydrant. And like I always say, guys, when you drag select or click select something, always look at your transform here, because now at the moment I have not got the hydrant. I've got the visual part of it. So if I move that now, the hydrant is going to be two places. You see what's going to happen. So Control Z, always move the main transform, not the visual part. Alright, because otherwise you're going to have problems. So what is this? This is like a hydrant, fire hydrant. So where do we normally put these things? I'm just going to drop it in there somewhere. Don't really need them, you know. There's another one here. Where is it? There's a lot of fire hydrants on this placeable. There's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. So where is the one that was? Oh, there it is. So maybe I can put this fire hydrant here on the corner. I'll drop it here in case there's a fire, guys. Yes, in case there's a fire, we'll have that. I'll take that any day. All right, so let's just get rid of some of this foliages. Why is my foliages not working? Window, terrain editing. Oh, it's because if you've had this problem, if you're on terrain detail, just choose any foliage, it will remove. Okay, so that is the problems. So I'm going to just select this, drop a few more ones there. Nice, like so. And then I want to just smooth out this by using the concrete. Just bring it in like that. So we've got a bit of overlap there. Alright, so just a quick fix. A quick little fix. Oh, there's some foliages here where there shouldn't be, so we can just get rid of them. Like so. And then let's just paint our concrete in here as well. Okay, so there you go. Just do it like that, or let me do it like that, because they've got this little concrete barrier thing there to keep the rocks out. So I'm going to leave it like that, guys. Call it a job well done. And now for the trigger of that train system. So let us look at the triggers. Alright, so sailing station train we are done with. I can cut that, drop it into my placeholders transform there, Control V, and then our train system. So we want to now, so we've got our train system calling. Oh, now that I've got that, let's first finish the train system, guys. So we were looking at the railroad callers. So you're going to come with your vehicle, park here somewhere, call the train, and the train's going to come and stop here. So I'm going to put this railroad caller here, caller 1. And this thing you just drop down, Control B, and it's just a node that happens to pop up here. I can swing it a little bit around, pull it out, and just put it like that. Okay, so that's our railroad caller 1. Railroad caller 2, I want to put maybe, I'm going to have fun with it and put it maybe, because I want to do a thing for the logs. You see, this is forestry here, all forestry. So there's one there. I actually don't need 3 of them, but let me put one here, and then here by this crossing I want to put number 3, so that we can have from the forest you can drive maybe your wood from there, or cutter or whatever. Mind you, the sawmill is actually down there where you're going to sell it. So maybe one, yeah, there's definitely a good idea to have one here. So I'm going to put the railroad caller here just for you to enjoy. Caller 2 then here, drop it here. I'll make it nice later on. Maybe put some benches here or whatever just to make it look nice. Caller 3 then at this crossing here. Alright guys, so caller 2 is here, and then caller 3 I'm putting right here by this crossing here, so that there's another option here to call a train. Alright, just make it more accessible. And a great tip, guys, when you work with the XML actually is getting all its node names directly from the train system i3D. So we're going to look at that a little bit later to just work through the lot. But for now, I just want to get everything set up. Now the railroad crossings also, French map. I've done the French one, which is actually good. I'm not sure if the French drive on the left or on the right side of the road now. But anyway, I can't remember. We'll probably see now when I place it. So you grab the whole the whole transform of it, Control and B in the center of your thing, and it will drop your crossing thing into view. Great. So I'm just going to drop it here. Just like that. Just make sure. And a good way to align it is use one of the direction arrows to point down your road, so that will be sort of follow your road, you know, that type of thing. Because remember, these things go down so that your let me just see, what way does it go down now? Have I got it right? No, I've got it wrong. This is for the cars, not for the train. So we have to swing this a few degrees like that. Okay, my word, but they are narrow. Oh my gosh. Is the train even going to get past here? Yeah, they've left very little space here for a train to go through. My gosh. I mean, swing it a little bit. I'll use this to align with the cars. Is that better? Now the problem I have, guys, is this is now the wrong way around for South Africa, because we drive on the left side of the road, and that cooler is going to block the road on the right side. So yeah, unfortunately I'm going to have to modify this a little bit. So this one I'm just going to bring over to let me just see it. Can I actually do? I'm sure I can do this, man. I have to have this one. So this drops it down that way, and it's got a little light. How can I make it to drop the other way? If I turn this around, it's going to have the little light going that way and drop there. So it's not really going to work that way. I'm in a catch-22 here. If I turn this around, the lights is still going to go into the wrong way. Oh no! What am I doing? What am I doing? I wonder if the Alpine crossings are different. See, the lights is going this way now. So I can move that up there so it drops this way, but the lights is going to be in the wrong side. Unless I can swing the lights around as well. That's the barrier. That's a position post. Yeah, I can move the post, man. All right. Okay, that can work. So what I'm going to do is have it like that. And now I'm going to take, that's crossing 1. So base 1, I'm going to move over that way. All right, so remember my node, or the drop I drop is in there. It's in the center there of the rail. So just make sure you put it in the center of the rail. Mine isn't really in the center of the rail, but anything close is probably good. All right, like that. And then the base here. I think that is more than enough space for the train to move through, and also for vehicles the width is nice. Alright, so let's do this base, then move it this way. Let's have it more like that. Great. Yeah, I think that is good, somewhere there. And now I can open them and swing that little post around. So very important, guys, not to change the layout of it, but just move the stuff around, you know. So whatever you want to put, move it around, put in place, and it should all be well. I'm going to just get rid of some of the foliage here, like so. There's a bit way too much foliage here where the train thingamabob is. So that will have our light now. Very nice. And this one on this side too. So I'm going to minimize that. Go here to our post. And the same story with it here. Let's move it back. Like so. Swing it around. Ooh. I hate it when that happens. It does happen now and then. Not a lot, but more than I'd like to. Alright, so something like that, guys. So now we have changed it into a South African version. That one I'm going to push in a little bit just to sort of have it there. Good. So I'm going to do them all like that. And like I said, it's very important, guys, not to change the order of this, because they are all nodes. So these node numbers you mustn't change around. Don't change the order or anything, otherwise your XML is not going to work. Remember, the XML calls now this railroad crossing 01 and it's looking for node 82. It won't be 82 because this is in our map, because we're still busy editing it. Once we've exported it to the R3D, we can open that R3D and then it will be calling that node number at the correct number. Alright, so I'm just saying, don't move stuff around in here in the layout or the order of it. Leave the order alone, but move the things around in the map. That's alright. Okay, so number 2. You have now exactly seen what I've done, so I'm just going to carry on with all 4 of them. I think I've got 4 or 5 crossings to do. So once I'm done with all of those, I'll catch up with you again. Right, guys, there's our 4th crossing all done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to want to show you railroad crossing 5. That's our attributes. it's an index pos 86 at the moment. So I want to delete that too. So easiest by is just create two transform groups like so, and then just drop them in by 5 and 6. So I delete these two crossings, all right, and then this transforms I can just put in there into where 5 and 6 was. So what happens now is the order stays the same. There's 8 and 9, or 8 and 7, 8 and 6 and 8 and 7 was the two crossings, and then the rest will still be the same when I export it. So if you have to delete something, just remember, take the main transform where the node in the first number is. So if you deleted the whole transform, just replace it with an empty transform. You know, that way the thing stays the same and you don't have to really balance the whole XML again, you know, because there's a lot of nodes and also i3D mappings and all kinds of stuff that's connected to these node numbers. So you don't want to mess around with the order, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Good, and believe it or not, that is now our whole train system setup. So we can save this now finally. So we're going to click on File, Export, Selection with Files. We go into our map, Sandveld, Placeables, Train, and there's our train system. And we overwrite that, just like that. You say yes to both questions, like so. And there you are. And now we can go and test just to see if all of this is working. This one looks to me a bit deep in the grass, but we'll have a look when we're in there. So I can take this train system now, cut it here, and then just drop it into my placeholders transform, like so. And then all should be well. And I can just save the map. And let's have a quick browse and see if our train system is actually starting up. I just see now the locos, and we did that. We did put those in. So the train system XML is there. The selling station train is important. It won't work without that. And then also the locos, the 4 locos, not the locos, the cards and the locos. So that is all done in our mod desk. We've added them here. That's our train system. The 4 the loco as well as the wagons. The wagons are in, and then XML selling station train is there. This one is not there yet, but it's only a store item, so it doesn't really matter. But this one and this one is already in our placeables. There they both are, and we're calling them selling station train position. Yeah, the positioning is important. We forgot to do that, so we need to go into our train system, or into our placeholders, sorry, and find selling station train and just get the position data, because remember we set it, we put it there next to that node, so we have to get this position data. Control Shift and C for Charlie. Drop that in our positioning here, Control and V, there it is, just like that. And let's just round it off into 3 numbers or 3 digits to make it a little bit shorter. 2 on that, and then that we can just delete. There it is. So save the placeable, and let's give it a quick test. I'm interested to see if the train is running. That's what troubleshooting is all about. Oh, did we now save the map? I forgot. I didn't save the map, so let me just close up again once forming simulator is loaded, and then save. And remember, we've got our stuff still disabled, the trees and all that. I normally disable the trees when I do work, so that's also another thing which could be a problem, because there's probably a lot of trees that's on my train track. See, if we now enable the trees, it's not these trees, it is the trees here in Sandveld. That's just the trees that I must still sort out. Yeah, you see there's a lot of trees over my train track. So I'm going to have to finish off those or clear those trees off the tracks before I can run the train. So what I'll do for now is let me quickly do that, and then we can test the map. Alright guys, I just made myself a nice cup of hot coffee. So I'm very thirsty now. And yeah, I've moved the pipe into position. Our pipe tunnel looks like a pipe though. And I've moved all the trees out of the way and saved the game as well. Or the map rather, not the game. Right, so let us go in and have a quick browse inside the game and see if our map and our train is now working together. So let's make sure that at least just the train is working. The moment you start your map and you see your train working, then it's a good accomplishment and it feels good, you know, to get it all going. So what I normally do on my map is just run my console just to check and see that my console has got no errors pertaining to what I'm busy with. The few things that's passing by there is just warnings, and there's some red ones there which is concerning, so obviously that we're going to have a quick browse what that is. Let me just go start here. I must still fix that start position. Alright, so let us quickly scroll up. Now this old junk pickup, okay, now that's the stuff that I've placed. Vector 3 placeable. What placeables was that? Placeable 35. I must have a look at that. What is that? Alright, here we go. Sawmill.i3d could not be found. This is stuff that I haven't even noticed this or seen this yet. Here's stuff from our train. Okay, the traffic blockers, you will always have this warning if your spline for your vehicles is not connected to those little arms. The traffic blockers is part of those arms. Obviously I haven't even put vehicle splines on my map, so we will get this warning. And then there's a R3D manager Luas callback index not found 711 from what? Index not found 70701. We must see where this red errors come from, because that will give us an idea. Oh my word, it's one of those things. The train system, you see, we now have a problem with our train system. Some nodes has got confused with the numbering, so we're going to have to balance our XML anyway. So it didn't really help to delete them. So something's still gone totally horribly wrong. Alright, let's just see if our train is at least running. There's our train is running at least. I can see it there, it's motoring. Good, and our 3 rent-a-train callers are on the map, which is very good. That's good news. So let's just test it. Let's go ahead of the train and visit this one and see where it is. It's here in the bushes. We still will work this out. It's just a matter of finding. So press F1 and then you can see it is recognizing the trigger, which is a good sign. And then press R to rent the train. And if it shows you the train, and here you'll see the bells are going and the lights are glowing, which is a very good thing. I like, man, all is working great. Oh, and I've got the wrong loco loaded. It's an electric loco, I want a diesel. So I'll show you how to sort that out as well. Now, when you come to your train and you press E and it does not let you enter the train, it means that your spline for your train or something on the spline is not working. So either your driving range is not clicked to the spline, or the start and end of your spline is not together, something like that. That's normally what happens when you can't enter your train. But if you get to the point where you can enter your train, oh my word, look at that rail there. I see that rail is a bit wrong there. I must fix that too. Very nice. And let's just see, I'm just going to quickly load something in this train. F12 vehicle. Why does it not C? Let's go to G. Probably, what is our first cart? Our first cart is a grain cart, so let's try and fill that. Yes, let's fill it with wheat. And now that we have wheat in, let's see if our selling station train is working. That's the main thing that's very important. So when we now approach that selling station train node, it should give us this little warning saying, do you want to sell the stuff in the train? I might bring that node a little bit back. I mean, it doesn't need to be like so far ahead, you know. We should have gotten it already. There you go. Yeah, it's too far. It's way too far. So yeah, let's just sell it. There you go. So, and now we actually went through the edge of the map. Anyway, so it's a good sign. Most of the stuff are working. Just a few things to sort out, but I'm pretty happy with the first go. That most of the things are working like that. So yeah, that is very good news. So let us move that selling station train back. So Sandveld, gameplay, placeholders, and then now we're going to need to get our train system here also, and get the spline to be visible. And then the other thing is our selling station train. Where is it? There it is. Okay, it's actually, the train sort of went more there, you know, so I'll just bring it back maybe somewhere to one of these nodes. Oh, my map is gonna crash. You see, it's this if it's 19 tracks, I'm sure, because if I hide them, I'm sure am I just going crazy or paranoid? No, it didn't crash. Oh, wait. I'm looking for one of those blue nodes. There's a blue node. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to drop my train selling station on that blue node. So Control B. No, it didn't drop. B. There you go. It dropped. Good. If it click, we are happy. So I'm going to grab this, what do you call it? Positioning. Control Shift and C to copy. And I'll save the map now. Right, so we can just have it there. The spline is still visible. I didn't notice that earlier, but yeah. So train system, selling station train. We need to change this there. There it is. And then just once again round it off to 1 and 33. That can stay. Just like that. All right. Okay, that is the one thing I wanted to do. And then also our driving range. I know in the train system, I think it is in selling station train that you have to change the driving. There is stuff in selling station train that we need to change as well. I forgot about that. So if you open selling station train, there it is. There's two positions. Here it is. There's two that we need to do. Now these are this is two icons on your map. It's the positioning for the two icons on your map, and it should start and end of your driving range. So I normally just put the driving range in there. So find your driving range, go to start node, and you copy and paste the X and Z in there. So the X is there, so we copy that. So the start, we open that up. So it's 352, just like that. And then you go to the Z for that. Copy that one. Let's drop that in there. And here you can call the station whatever you want, the text. So I'm going to call it Sandveld. I wonder. It's actually 2 stations, so but let's not worry about that now. I just want to go to the end node, get the end node positioning. So this puts your icon down on your map. I'll show you now in game. Control V on that, and then also Control C and D and that and D, and then so. All right. So Leopoldville is at the start, so I'll call this one Leopoldville. Leopoldville, like so, and this one I will call Sandveld, because it's exiting. There's actually another town on this map. I want to just get the name of that. The one is Leopoldville, and the other one, I can't, Graafwater, I think. Graafwater. Okay, so Graafwater and Leopoldville is here. I just want to put names down that is sort of in the area. You know, that's what the map is about. It's about what's in the area. So I'll just call it Graafwater. Something like that. Or is it now one word? I can't remember now. Let me just make it one word, like so. Alright. And then save this XML. And you'll now see, when we start the map again, you'll have the 2 icons of the 2 towns where it's going to. So that one is coming from Leopoldville, and that one is going to Graafwater. You know, just sort of little things to tweak your map with, you know, that type of stuff. Right, guys, back in our moddesk file where we put our store items. Just want to show you, if you want to change your loco from the electric to the diesel, just go to the first line where it calls the loco. Just change the loco 01 to locomotive 04. So you go 04 and 04. So 01 is the electric and 04 is the diesel. So that's the one I want, so I'm going to leave that there. And then I wanted to have a quick browse at the game log. Let me open a new one there, Form 22. Have a look at all those errors we had. Those were just warnings. That's shape files, warning i3D. Oh, those are just stuff for the lights that I still need to figure out which ones is causing the issue. So here's our first one. Child 4 from node. Alright, so what we're going to do now is have a look at our train system XML. You see it loaded the train system, and then it starts spewing out these errors. So let us balance it. Let me show you how to balance it. So though we have added the blank transform, something seriously went wrong still with that. So we just want to go to invisible on that, and then one last time just export selection with files, Sandveld out train system i3D, overwrite that and go yes to both questions. The reason why we do yes is we don't want anything of the train system in our map. We want all the links and all the textures and everything of the train system to stay in game, not in our map. Alright, and this train system, you can actually delete this, but because we're still working on it and editing it and all of that, we are keeping it in our map, but we put it in our placeholders transform. So this transform, like I said earlier on, it makes whatever you put in here with this, it's got a script running so that whatever you put in here will be ignored. It won't be visible in game. You see, so that is what that does. Great, so I'm going to save the map one last time there, and then we're going to open our train system.xml, There it is. And we're going to balance this now with our actual i3D that we've exported. So we're going to find that i3D. It's in our placeables, train, and train system. So this one we always keep here, because this is the one our XML is calling, remember? So just keep that in mind. Alright, so here it is. So we're going to expand it so we can have a look. So our spline is 0, 0. Driving range is 0, 1. So let us go there. So our spline, that's our hotspots. Where's our spline? That's our AI. We don't worry about AI. Train system, here's our spline, is node 0. Okay. Electricity spline. We don't have an electricity spline. I've deleted that, and I think that is where my trouble started. So I forgot about that, guys. So I'm going to just chuck this. It was at node 11, but that was the last on the thing. So it shouldn't actually... yeah, it was right at the bottom. So that shouldn't have made any difference in my order of things. So, but I'm going to delete it anyway because I don't have it anymore. So driving range is 1 and that's 1 0 and 1 1. So let's just have a look at that in our i3D. So driving range is there. There it is. It's 0 1. So there's the start node. It's 0 1. It's actually 1 0 is the 1 and end is 1 1. So let's just make sure. It's 1 0 and 1 1, so that is good. And if it's not, you just copy and paste, guys. So if yours is different, all you do is go in there, copy this, this there, not the 0. So it's 1 1, you copy it and you paste it, write it over there. You can actually paste that whole 0, whatever, greater as, you can paste the whole thing in there, it doesn't matter. The game knows how to read. You see here they've got the 0 in as well, so it doesn't have to look like that. All right. Okay, railroad caller. We know the railroad callers doesn't have any errors, so I know for a fact they should be all right. So it's 08, 09, and 010 is our railroad callers, so we can have a look at them. There's 08, 09, and 10. All right, so that is perfectly okay. No problems there. And then our crossings, let's have a look at our crossings. We didn't change anything in the first one, so we should have route node 2 for our first crossing. So let's have a look. Railroad crossing, it should be 2, that's it. All right, so, and then I'm just going to skip to 4 because I know the rest was fine. So that should be at 05 or node 5 for our crossing number 4. So I'm going to go to, it's number 3, crossing number 4. This should be crossing number 4 because there's, it doesn't have a crossing 1. That's strange. But anyway, this should be crossing 4. It's route 5. That's good. That's the way it is here by me. Though the name is 04, they've got it as crossing number 3, you know, so that's weird, but it's 05, which is good. Railroad crossing 6. Okay. Remember we deleted them out of the map, so we need to now delete them here too. 6 and 7 goes. Make sure, guys, I just want to show you, this is the whole rail crossings transform or section. You don't want to delete that line. So here they are, they're in sets. That between the purples is one set and that is the other set. So I'm just going to delete from there up to the last one, which is 186. So from there to there is I'm going to delete that too. And that's why we had all the errors, guys. So if I click here now, I should have them there, and if I click there it should be there, and that's the end of the train system. You see, the train system is everything in between the purple areas. And that, I think, my friends, was the only problems we had, why we had all that errors. So let's go back in game and just verify now. I did save. Oh my word, I did not save the i3D now again. I forgot. Very important, guys, to save your i3Ds, because otherwise your changes will not be noted. So in here, I need to... I didn't change anything here, so there's not really anything to save, you see, because I could have just closed it. Oh my word. Okay, here we go. It is busy closing up. There you go. All right. It would have warned me, should I save, you know. So the map, we have saved the map, I think. Yeah, we did save the map. There it is, 1406, 1411. Yeah, it's definitely, we've saved the map. All right, so let's go and test, guys. Let's go and test. I did save all the XMLs that I worked on, so that is good. Also important, many a times I've opened the map, test, and then I'm getting, where's all the stuff that I've done, and then I haven't saved anything. It does help to save, guys. All right, so let's try again. Sandveld, I'm going to, let me deselect all the mods, just keep that going. Oh, but I can't deselect all the mods because there is some stuff that I need. Let me just select all. Okay, start. I just want to see the error log. I know there's some stuff with my light still. That is a problem. And then my shapes file is too big. There's absolutely nothing I can do about that. Nothing that I know of. I don't know of a way of sorting out the shape file that is too big, especially when it's your map i3D one. It's like rebuild your map from scratch. Oh, there's some red stuff still. I want to see what these are. Locomotive 01. Huh? Oh, no. Vehicles, train, locomotive 01. Why? Why? Oh, why do I have that? And now my train won't load, because if your XML kicks out like that, your train will not start. So let me quit and check what is going on now. The train system XML, here we go. So this is fine, we've gone through this, that's all right. That is just our store items for the French map, which is fine. I wonder if I've made a mistake in that thing, locomotive 04. Let me just verify that directory, guys. So we go farming simulator data vehicles train. Train. There it is. And then locomotive 04. I've got it like that. Locomotive 04. Locomotive 04.xml. Why is it giving me a warning on locomotive 04.xml? What's going on? I'm not understanding, guys. I am not understanding what is the problem. Problem is not in our map. I just want to close the map for now. Let me read that error log. I'm flabbergasted now. Reload it, please. Here's our train system. Oh. Cancel. What is happening here? Why is it still saying can't find? Transform. Only 0. Train system XML, missing AI update area start node. It says that I don't have a AI update area. That is weird. (073) not found. Where's my train system? That's our sailing station trains, Sandveld train system. So somewhere I'm loading a 073. Let me find it here in my train system. FV splines. I'm thinking now, was that the callers that we delete? So 072 and 073, was that the callers we deleted? I'm not too sure now. Yeah, there's index not found, 072. Index not found, 063. What's that? So 072 and 073 is the ones that I can delete so long. So let's just delete them while we're at it. Train system. So I've got an idea that with two AI splines that was probably in that two railroad callers we deleted, you know, so it must have been that. So let me just see what this one is. Spline node 063. It's also AI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. So I'm gonna. So they should. But I didn't delete 3. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm confused now. So, but let me just delete the ones that they say. So let's start from the top where it comes out with these things. So 062, 063 is also part of stuff that's not there. So it makes sense, guys, because we have. But what did I delete now? Did I not delete it already? So that's our crossing 4, crossing 3, crossing 2, crossing 1. Strange that they call it route node 2. Crossing 2. Mind you, it's just how the I3D is added, so that's why they remind you here. Okay, let's focus. So 6.3 and 6.2 is deleted. All right, so 6.3 and 6.2 is deleted. Failed to find child 2 from the transform. Child 2 from the transform. Okay, let's have a look at this index, that warning above that. So maybe that will shed some light. Update areas, and I'm going to guarantee you that this is, you know what, guys, let me just trash all this AI nonsense and the splines. I'm just thinking a little bit, you know, should I, shouldn't I? Sandveld train, let's just open that up and see our AI and our splines. Let's just see what we have here under the train system, because I'm not really understanding. So it should be by this crossings AI update area. You see 0540 0540 054. In here. So we've got 740 that is causing a problem. AI update areas, but this is AI update areas. I don't have any AI update areas in there. I do have here 440, so 4 and 5054. I don't know where those are, so I don't have 7, so it must be the ones that I've deleted, the crossings, because remember there were 2 crossings that I deleted, so yeah, that must definitely be. So 0740 we can delete, and I wonder now why there's only 3 AI updates, because there must be 4. So 64, I don't have a 64 update area start node 064. You see, I've got an area start node 054. Is there any other AI stuff? No. So this one is 44 and 54. So that is the closest I've got, 44 and 54. I'm not too sure why there is these things there. 42, 43, 05, 52 and 53. All right. I don't even see those splines that they're talking about. Anyways, so let us just leave it like that. I'll just leave it like that and hope for the best. Let's just test it again with those deleted. Just want to see now if there's anything with 0453. Control C in our error log. So where's that error log? Just go there, Control V. Nothing. Okay, so that sounds good. That sounds good. Train system 053 and then 054. There shouldn't be anything for this either. Let's go log. Yeah, okay, so I think we've beaten that problem now. So let's have a test. I'm just not sure why it says it can't find that locomotive. That is very weird. It might be, guys. No. Let us verify now something very interesting that I can think of. It might be because it's in the mod desk. I've had these problems before. Sometimes you put something in the store items.xml, especially store items, and then it doesn't work in the store items. Then you move it to the mod desk, then it works. And then if you reverse it, sometimes the other way around, it also doesn't work, you know. So yeah, it's crazy stuff. And I think if I look at that, I think we still have the same problems. Okay, so the traffic blockers we're not worried about, but here we go. Train locomotive, error loading existing store items. You see no store item for data vehicles train. Data vehicles train. Locomotive 01. Why train? Is it? Yeah, it is. It's train, not train system, is it? Am I correct? Let's have a look. Farming 22. Data. What am I doing now? I'm going away from my Sandveld directory. I must go here. It says data, vehicles, train. So it's not train system, it's just train, okay? And there's locomotive 04. You see, that is my problem. Now it says it cannot find that store data, but I can show you it is there. So now what we're going to do, just to see if that is my issue, I'm going to move all the train stuff to where it should be normally located. It's in the store items.xml. And I think, just prove myself. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is move all this train stuff like this. Sailing station, wood train, all the train stuff. Control X. Save this boy. And then we're going to go to our maps, store items.xml. So where's our map? There's our map. Our store items.xml. So I'm going to make sure I don't have duplicates. It doesn't look like it. And then I'm going to drop them in here. XML train system. And then XML sailing station. Data locomotive 4, locomotive 4. So if I click there, they should all be purple. And it's only the locomotive 4 that is the only one that I've edited. Is now suddenly not showing up. So let's save that and retest and see if I'm going bonkers, or maybe you're seeing something there and laughing at me that I've got something wrong. I don't know. I can't see anything wrong. But sometimes only a space for a little dot or whatever causes a thing not to work, you know. So let's have a browse if stuff is better now. So we've moved it there. Right, let's have a browse. Let's have a browse. There is still some red stuff flying by. Train locomotive 01, locomotive 01 at XML. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I can't understand this. So let me go out. Let me go back to the US one, copy the line from the US one, because that one has got the locomotive, the diesel in it. So let us go to Farming Simulator 22 data, maps. Oh, but I've got it here, man. No, we need to go to maps because I wanted to store items for the US map. So store items, open store items. There it is. Now, where's the train stuff? Here we go. You see, there's the whole line for it. I'm going to copy this line. Control C, like so. And I'll go to my store items. And for the fun of it, I'm going to paste this just above it so I can verify the two of them together. See what my problem is. I don't have a problem. There is no problem. I can't see a problem. It is exactly the same. That surely is very weird. I'm going to take a bit of time, guys, and just try and figure out what's going on here. And I'll be back after that. Guys, I have been probably too long at it. I'm losing my mind. I found the problem. My word. I was going to say something is totally wrong. Anyway, here it is. The store items. What I've ended up just by testing is dropping the locomotive 04 because it keeps on telling me it can't find store items, store data for it. Then I realized, but the train locomotive is actually the actual thing. The store items XML or the store items section is only just for the store data, you know. So that's not a real physical thing. Then I realized, but the actual locomotive must be called from somewhere, and that's in your train system, man. Here it is. At the train system itself, it calls the train. There's all the train parts that it's calling. So here you need to make it locomotive 04 like so. Locomotive 04. And I just want to fix this now in my thingamabob as well. So there you go. And then store items, locomotive 04. I just want to call this one here correctly as well, so it stays in game. Save. Right, so let's give it a go. My word, I've been going crazy over this and I can't figure out, but why is it not calling that train, and it keeps telling me it can't find the store data. Sometimes it's frustrating, you know, when you've just been at a thing too long, you know, your mind starts playing tricks with you. It's actually at that point a good idea to just take a break, you know. But I want to finish this train system and get it up and running just before I end the day's work and all kinds of things that I want to finish off today. So this is definitely part of it. So let's have a look now. Hopefully we won't see another red thing go by, and now we should have a diesel loco pulling in there into our map. I just want to get this out of the way, zoom this out a bit, and let's go here to rent a train. So if I've got this piece going, then I'm going to be totally happy. So F1 just to see that what we're doing. Rent a train for $1,000. Right, and there we go. 500 meters to go. There it is. That's it. That's the diesel loco coming. Now I've noticed the sound on this diesel loco. There's a problem in game. I'm not too sure what it is. You'll hear now it's quiet. You don't hear it. It's like quiet, quiet, quiet until you rent or get into it. So for some reason, I think it's a script problem or something in game that the moment you rent a train, the sound just goes missing. Now there it is. You see, now the train sound is there. So for some reason, I'm not too sure what it is causing that thing. And I can see my alignment is still not right for that pipe. So, and I don't want the building to be closer to the track, so I'm going to extend that pipe a little bit, rather move it out if I can, or make another plan there, or do something else. But this is now the point where we can have a look at our wheels. Our wheels tracking doesn't look too bad. I'm happy with that. It looks fine. It goes up and down a little bit, and this one's is the wrong way. I've got them. No, they're the right way. Sorry, I'm just confused. They are the right way. It just looked funny when I came through. Alright, and then we're going to run over this next one. Very nice, very nice. I'm totally happy with that. The tracking looks good. Let's see now if this callers or this traffic stop is working. There, it's going down. Yoo! Is the train going to get through there? That one is too close. I'm going to have to check that one. Make sure. That's why it's a good thing to just test the stuff now and then, you know. Don't just assume. Oh, my word. But anyway, I'm very chuffed, guys. The train system is working nicely. I just need to now set up a sailing station for the train, or a port for wood, as well as I want to do the wood thing here, like a little rail siding or something. This one is very nice also, and you can also hear the bell working. And let's now see, you know what, it is actually that driving range end node here that is too far in. I must bring that out a little bit, because you're going to see now it drives up to that driving range end node. So I can bring that a bit, so that's when the train disappears. So it's going to go out of the map, and now you see train will drive to Marison and will return on the other side of the map. And that is just a little bit too far, because now I'm locked out of the map. I'm on the other side of the trigger, or the map borders. Well, but for sure, guys, Leipertville and Graafwater. So that's the two icons I was telling you about that we've set up. There's Graafwater and there's Leipertville. But it's still telling me that the train is going to drive to Marison. So I must just see where that Marison comes from. Just to quickly have a browse at that. And I think it's going to be in that sailing station train or in the driving range or something where it is. Try. I think it is this. We can change this to Leopoldville. Let's call it Leopoldville. Just like that. And then save it, yeah. That should sort it. I think it is that thing that's saying other town or whatever. So let's leave it there. I think that will do the trick. Good. And then obviously that node I'm going to bring back a little bit, but we'll do that in another video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You have been really awesome. Thanks a lot. Big thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome as always. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care, man. Cheers.